Hello, everyone. I'm Caitlin Grant, Regional Director of Clinical Partnerships with the SELA Eating Disorders Network. We are back with ED Connections, where we're live and connected. We will be live the second Wednesday of every month, so be sure to follow our social media pages. The SELA Eating Disorders Network is comprised of 3 programs: Magnolia Creek, SELA House, and the Toledo Center for Eating Disorders. And we really focus on meeting clients where they are in their recovery. We provide the necessary therapeutic techniques to empower sustainable freedom, and our expert clinical teams help clients understand that recovery is possible by using individualized treatment plans comprised of a combination of evidence-based treatment modalities. Our goal is to make each client feel safe and supported by conducting all levels of care in a comfortable, home-like setting and offering a clear step-down process so clients feel continually supported in their recovery journey. We are excited to be talking about our nutrition program at Toledo Center for Eating Disorders today. Toledo Center is located just outside of Toledo, Ohio, of course, and cares for folks of all genders aged 12 and up at the residential and PHP levels of care. Today, I'm excited to have our registered dietitian, Liana Flint, here to talk about nutrition programming at the Toledo Center. So Liana, thank you for being here.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Awesome. So I have just a few questions sort of about our kitchen and food philosophy at Toledo Center. So just sort of getting into it, we have a new kitchen at Toledo Center.
Yes.
Can you tell us about the changes that were made and what's on the horizon with the new kitchen?
Yeah, so the new kitchen was just finished up a couple weeks ago. I'm really excited because it's given us a lot more room for not just storage, but we now have like a range top to cook with, double ovens, and like multiple refrigerators and counter space to start prepping food on. So I'm really excited because it's the goal is ultimately to become more kind of like the SELA house model, and have an on-site like nutrition manager chef position. So that's in the works right now. So we can start preparing meals on site. But then we also have, as part of the kitchen, it was also our dining room as well. So it's kind of become more of like a nice home-like environment for the clients to gain experience in like that dining room setting, and eating with peers, and getting to experience food prep. So ultimately what we'd want is just to allow the clients to help like to practice plating their own food, and gain experience participating in cooking groups, just to help them be more comfortable in the kitchen with food prep and handling their own meals.
Yeah, the real life sort of experience I know is really important to a lot of clients, and that's really exciting news. And that sort of brings us to our general food philosophies at Toledo Center, mostly being all foods fit and plate-based meal planning. For those that are unfamiliar, can you tell us a little bit about what that means?
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, I'll just start off and say, we do plenty of groups and counseling that focus on that topic of clean eating. So we're trying to break free of that and, emphasizing that all foods fit model, just, trying to show clients there's tons of benefits to, eating a wide variety of food that's both, considered more nutrient dense versus like less nutrient dense. But those provide benefits in both a mental and physical sense. So, providing emphasis that, those nutrient dense food can provide more physical nourishment, but including treats like desserts or meals out with friends, things like that, anything like that, can be beneficial in helping with reducing stress, just getting comfort and practice with eating in social gatherings, and then just personal enjoyment. A lot of the clients come in having certain fear foods. So a big component of the treatment model, in the residential setting especially, is focusing on frequent exposure to these previously restricted foods, to help, with reducing anxiety, and then promoting permission for, the clients to eat those things, and discover their true food preferences, and exploring their cravings, and experiencing food in a unrestricted way. I've had quite a few clients that, they've made it through the first portion of the nutrition rehabilitation process, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that I loved ice cream and Pop-Tarts together, or I have this craving for this food I haven't had in years. And it's such a joy to be able to, get that special request food for them and have them be like, oh my gosh, this is so good. I can't believe I haven't had it in so long, and I can't wait to keep eating it more. So yeah, that's really where the all foods fit mentality, kind of really shows itself up in treatment, just because, I'm practicing what I preach with them. We'll do fast food challenges. I'm hoping that, as the kitchen develops and we have that aspect of the program grow, the clients will be more invested in, involved in that process of making their own food. But then specifically with like the plate-based model with All Foods Fit, it's allowing the client to step back from that previous system, whether it was, calorie counting or exchange counting. And, those things, especially within the eating disorder population, can contribute to like that prolonged rigidity around food. So breaking free of that and helping them to just, use a model plate, or to, even start working on those mindful eating or intuitive eating skills, can help them to focus on seeing food as, a thing to enjoy, helping them to experience that enjoyment, while at the same time providing the nutrition the body needs.
That's awesome. It's really wonderful to see someone sort of open up to food freedom and enjoy themselves around food when previously it was really challenging for them. So it's hard work, and I appreciate you doing it.
I love to do it.
Good. Well, and speaking of, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you decided to get into the eating disorders world. It's certainly a specific, and I know sometimes tough field, and I really appreciate you doing it. So if you want to talk a little bit about how that came to be.
For sure. Yeah. So my interest in this field specifically started when I was in my undergrad program. In 2015, I was working, I took a job as a diet technician for another similar residential treatment center in San Diego. And I just found that I loved working so closely together with the patients and the other members of like the interdisciplinary team. So I was mostly doing, like that patient care and meal preparation with the patients. But it just, from that point, it became my goal. I was like, I want to do this as my actual job. I want to be a dietitian and get to work with these patients. So that was my track all through undergrad and my graduate school program. I wrote my honors and master's theses on the topics of, eating disorder behaviors correlating with personality traits and interpersonal relationships, and just looking for any continuing education that I could get to prepare for a future job in this setting. So yeah, when this position opened up, I was like, it's my dream. I got to do it. And so far it's been awesome. I love working one-on-one with the patients, getting to know them, just on an individual level that, most dietitians don't get to do in like an inpatient clinical setting when, people are coming through quickly. So this has been a lot more extensive than just regular outpatient. I get to walk through both the highs and the lows of each person's recovery experience, and then watch them make such amazing progress. It's so cool and it's so rewarding, and I love to do it.
Well, we're happy that you do. It takes a special person. It really does. And it is definitely a unique experience to be able to be a part of an interdisciplinary treatment team. And
For
the
sure.
dietitian's role is just so important in eating disorders treatment. So we are happy to have you.
Thank you.
And if someone is struggling with an eating disorder or disordered eating and needs help, what can you tell them about the Toledo Center difference? What sets it apart?
Yeah, I mean, for anyone who is struggling with an eating disorder, I know that the hardest step, but the biggest step is just taking that first move to reach out for help. So absolutely, for anybody who is struggling, I would encourage them to reach out for help and more support. But the staff at Toledo Center is really what stands out as the difference for me. I've experienced and witnessed this level of like warmth and caring and passion for, taking care of the clients from everyone, the RCs, the clinical staff, nursing, just everyone there just genuinely cares about the patient's well-being and will take, they take the time to go above and beyond, just making that treatment experience memorable and enjoyable as possible for the patients. I've just seen them create like this family-like community of support and encouragement during the entire treatment process, from everyone's first day there till the very end. They've got their peers supporting them. They've got the staff supporting them. And it's just, you can really tell that it's everyone just genuinely and truly cares about the patient and wants to do whatever we can to help them achieve recovery.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the same thing. It's a place where people want to be there and they want to be helping people, and that's what they're doing. And like I said, we really appreciate the work that y'all are doing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And for more information about our Eating Disorders Network of Services, or if you at home or someone you know is suffering from an eating disorder, we are here and ready to help, both at Toledo Center and Magnolia Creek and Sala House. You can visit our website, which is www.toledocenter.com. Contact our admissions team. They're available 24/7, and their phone number is 765-641-0022. Or you can private message us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. And we invite you to join us next month on the Sala House page on Wednesday, February 10th at 12 Eastern or 11 Central for our next ED Connections. And from myself, Liana, and the team at Toledo Center, thank you so much for joining us today. And again, we're here, we're ready to help, and we invite you to walk with us towards freedom. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.